Right, today I'd like to show you how to make cookies. Okay, these are made out of slab, thin piece layer of slab, and you fire your pieces with the cookie so that in case the glaze run or when the cooling stage is coming, they shrink all together. So that the cookie is put it underneath of your pot. Usually I put every single one of my pot on top of a cookie and fire it together. Okay, so that's the cookie, what this cookie for, and can make different sizes. And the key of using a cookie, a nice cookie, is that you want to make it flat, okay, nice and flat. If your cookie is not flat, and that's not good, because you're gonna end up with a very creaky foot. So make sure that your cookie is very flat when before you put it in through the kiln. Usually when I'm firing it, I brush wax resist with aluminum hydrate here, and then I put the whole piece together so they stick together once the wax dry, so that the kiln loader is easier to load the whole piece together, okay, without putting individual one. Put the cookie and then put your pot on top of it. So the wax resist with aluminum hydrate and they stick together, so when they are loaded in the kiln, they can hold the whole thing together and load it in the kiln. Okay, so I would like to give you some tips on how to make the cookie nicely. Okay, nicely. Everybody can make a cookie, and but how to keep it flat? Okay, how to keep it flat is very important. Right, so I have a wooden bowl here and the canvas to cover it. Right. First thing for making a good cookie, to get the cookie stay flat, straight, is that you want to use a clay that is a little bit drier. Okay, you can even use recycled clay, like my clay. This is recycled clay, and it's been sitting there for a long time. It's not quite the hard stage, but it's fairly. You wouldn't use this to form any shape or throw on the wheel. That's too super dry. But it's very good for making cookies. Right, so a piece of clay, that I am going to use a rolling pin to hammer it down. Right, so to make it roughly flat, and then I'm going to use the rolling pin to roll it. This is a 1/4 inch of a wooden bowl, 1/4 inch first. You can flip your clay so that you are compressing in all different directions. Alright, so that's good. It's not stretching anymore. If you are finding any of air bubble, you can just pop it off. That is not going to, it's not like you are throwing it on the wheel. The air bubble is not affect a whole lot. Just pop it up. Right, so that's 1/4 inch. Usually I don't roll my slab that thick, okay, the cookie that thick. So I'm using half of the size. This is about 1/8 of an inch. Right, so I think that's pretty good. And then I'm transferring it onto another bowl. Okay, and then I can just use something, a circle to go along with it. Here I have a cookie cutter that I invented myself, and it's easier for cutting a nice circle. Right, so I could cut 4 cookies here, and for this part here, I still have some bigger area. I could save it for smaller pieces. So just peel this up. So this little one could save it for smaller one, small cup or anything. And also there's one other tip if you want to keep your piece stay flat. Once in a while, if you could come in and flip it over, that would be good too. If not, maybe you could use a needle tool to just poke in a lot of tiny little holes on your piece. That way the moisture can come out more evenly, because usually the flat piece, it dry from the outside and inside stays wet, so it's easy to warp. So if you are giving the cookie a little bit of breathing holes, it will dry more evenly. And I hate to use the uneven surface for the cookie, so I always like a very flat cookie so that my pot doesn't warp during the firing process. So that's how I make my cookies and let it, or you can also, if you have two bowl, you can put another bowl on top of it, so to keep it flat. Okay, that's one other way to do it too. Alright, so hope this demonstration helped, and pay attention to every detail when you are firing, because you spend a lot of time trying to make your pieces and you don't want to ruin it at the firing stage. So that's how I take care of my pots. Right, thanks for watching and see you next time.